While our filling is draining, let me show you the dumpling skin that I made yesterday, and I rested it inside the refrigerator overnight. This is half a cup of chickpea flour, and 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So you can also use red lentil flour, and quinoa. But the quinoa, you have to process it to make flour out of the quinoa, and that's what I'm going to do because I already have the chickpea flour dumpling skin, which I prepared yesterday. For one small portion, you can use just half a cup of the specialty flours like the lentil, the chickpea, and the quinoa, and then use 1.5 cup of flour. But you can make a bigger batch, just double the amount, since you can use the dumpling skin also as a noodle in your dumpling soup. So let's make a double batch. And I'm going to use 3 cups of flour. If you want, you can also use quinoa and red lentils, quinoa and chickpea, or chickpea and red lentils. I decided to use some red lentil flour into the quinoa dumpling skin or noodles. And I'm going to use 1 cup. You don't have to process the whole thing into dumpling skins or noodles in one day. You can freeze the dough, put it in a plastic container, and freeze the dough if you like. Now I'm gonna have to put a plastic scotch tape around this and then put it back in my container. I think this is enough. Yep, it's super fine now. So I'll just add this to my red lentil and flour mix. Look at how fine it is. See, quinoa is a superfood. It's considered as a superfood. I will put some water in here so that I can get the rest of the quinoa flour. We'll add 1.5 teaspoon. Oh no, just 1 teaspoon of salt will do. Maybe a little bit. 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 egg. Wait, before I add the egg, I'm going to mix this first. The red lentil flour is very pretty to look at. It's pink, peachy pink. Make a well in the center. the egg. You can use 2 eggs if you like, but I just like to use water and a little bit of egg. I'm adding about a cup of water. Let's mix. Use a KitchenAid with a dough attachment if you like. This is so easy to make, so you don't have to just use your hands. And how much water to use depends on the feel of the dough. So I basically just wing it. Don't worry if you use too much in the end, because you can just add more flour into it. Look at the color, it's so nice. And this is going to be a very healthy substitute for your plain white flour dumpling, skin, and noodles. Okay, so now I'm going to use my hands. Remember, don't forget, you can use, since all the specialty flours that we're adding have no gluten in them, you can use bread flour. Don't worry, it's not going to be stiff. Based from my experience, it's best to relax or rest the dough. If you don't have the whole overnight to rest the dough, maybe a couple of hours will do. You'll be able to tell how much water your dough needs when you're using your hand. See, I can feel the dough still a bit dense with some resistance, so I'll add a little bit more. Big batch of dumpling skin. I intend to use some of this as my noodles or pasta, if you want to call it like that. So So if you compare it with a bread dough, this is going to be a stiff dough. use your knuckles. And that's it. I'm going to cover this and let it rest. I think I'm just going to use maybe a quarter of this batch and then put the rest in my refrigerator. I'm going to use half of this and a little bit of this. You can make a marbled look. I'm gonna grab some of the quinoa dough that is starting to relax. I just love the look of this. It has a little bit of a texture to it, but I don't mind really. Don't forget to put it inside your plastic because you don't want it to dry out. So I'm gonna create a marble type of dumpling skin and noodles. This is going to be delicious. You can use a bigger rolling pin, but I don't mind. I have a dozen larger rolling pin lying around, but I prefer this one. See how stretchy the dough becomes when you rest it, and it's soft. Last night I used some of the dough to make a quick sujebi or hand torn soup. The only thing I don't like when I make dumplings is that it's a little bit messy. Messier than when you make breads or bake cakes. But although we don't have very that many dishes to wash compared to when we're baking cakes. But when you want to eat some, you make some. Make sure that it's going to lift. Oops, sorry. Alright. I think it's still a little bit thick. I want it really, really thin. Don't forget, these scraps are going to your noodles later. And that's it. I'll just finish this up and show you how to make the soup later. We add the filling, the chicken and squash filling. Okay, I'm also adding some chickpeas. Don't forget to put your strained juice from the filling later. Some pepper. And fish sauce, sesame oil if you like, but you can use pink Himalayan salt if you don't want to use fish sauce. And for my soup base, because I don't have chicken or vegetable broth or stock, you can use cream of mushroom or this nor beef gota mix. I use 1/3 of the pouch, or you can also use their arroz caldo mix. For a 3-cup soup dumpling mix or soup, you can use half of the pouch, or maybe adjust it to your taste. If you feel like you would need more, then go ahead, but I don't like to use too much of this. This is the arroz caldo mix. I used 1/3 of it from my other soup the other day, but I'm going to use just half of the whatever is left here. Like this. This is going to thicken the soup. And then I'll add the broth. I mean the whatever I strained from the filling a while ago, and some water, and then let it boil. The dumplings. They're so yummy. Gently stir it. You don't want to look at the pumpkin. No, I think that's a carrot. And some parsley, any greens that you like. It's important that you have some sort of scallions or chives in the soup. And there you have it. That's my dumpling soup with quinoa and red lentil dough, dumpling skin. Delicious, yummy. Here's the dumpling soup made with quinoa, red lentils, and garbanzos flour with all-purpose. I have some tea here. My stomach is growling because it's 1:45 and I started this around 9:30 a.m. and I'm going to have lunch. Hope you try this, guys. It's very, very good.